This as a preliminary, this is the Wednesday, August 25th meeting of the Berlin Personnel Committee as a preliminary matter. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and that some attendees are participating by video conference. Accordingly, please be aware that other folks may be able to see you. Take care not to screen share your computer. Anything that you broadcast may be captured by the recording. This is Claire Pond, Chair of the Personnel Committee. Members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Sue Terrian.
I'm here.
Tom Bradley.
He's still muted.
Well, we know he's there.
I'm
He is.
here.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Staff, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Margaret Nardowitz.
I'm here.
June Poland.
I'm here.
And we don't have any anticipated speakers on the agenda. With a quorum of the board present, I call this meeting to order at 6:34 p.m. on Monday, August 25th. So one of the first items on the agenda was the minutes. And Sue, I didn't have a chance to make that correction that you let me know about when I asked who was supposed to do this. So I haven't made that correction, but that's if.
And I make a motion that we accept the minutes as written with the change.
Okay. All
I
right.
will second that.
All right. All those in favor? Aye.
Sue, aye.
Tom, I.
Okay. Great. All right. The next item on the agenda is PAFs, and I noticed we just got some today. And they were for, the first one was for Jesse Reed, a full-time police officer. I don't think I've met him yet. Is he brand new, or I haven't met him yet?
He's the newer.
He's very
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
He does nice.
Who'd I meet? Geez, I
Oh,
want.
did you meet Dylan? Dylan
Soldy?
Soldy?
Dylan, yes. He's a good kid.
Yeah,
Boy, they're so young, but I think
I
it's-
know.
I think it's because we're so old. So he's getting a step increase because it's his anniversary, and that's part of the police department collective bargaining agreement. Do you want me to move to the second one? The second one was for Sharon Mcgowan, who resigned her position as administrative assistant for public safety.
There's a typo on this, Claire. So effective date is not 8/20/21, it's 8/30/2021.
Thank you. I was confused about that.
Yeah, and so now it matches the comments in the bottom.
Okay, well, I was surprised because when somebody went in there the other day and she said it was her last day, and that was a week ago.
Yeah, I think she's taking her accrued vacation.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, so given those two, so 8:30, and then Jesse's was the step increase. Both of them look good. I'd like to make a motion that we approve them.
Second,
Okay. Any other discussion? Tom, did you have any questions? You all set?
No, I'm all set. It's fine with me.
All right, so hearing no discussion, all those in favor? Aye.
Sue, aye.
Tom, I.
Okay, great.
All right, so at your next, June will need your minutes, right, June?
Yep.
Or virtual meetings, so, okay.
Oh, okay, for the PAFs. Okay. All right. The next thing was position vacancies. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Position reviews and advertising. Were there any ads for this week?
Yes, public safety administrative assistant. And I can share the screen with the draft that I've provided.
Oh, great. Okay.
Written. Okay, here you are. Are you looking at the job ad or the job description right now?
The ad. That's-
Okay, good.
Yep,
Yeah, that's what you.
good. Okay.
There, now you can see it maybe a little better. So there is just one thing, oh, there are a couple of things, and I highlighted. Is that me making that noise?
No, I think Tom's got feedback.
Oh, okay. I just highlighted a couple of things in yellow. First of all, I would like this position to submit a resume and a job application.
Okay.
And so the yellow.
I think that is Margaret.
Why
No,
would-
but Tom's is lighting up with when
Oh,
he hear the noise.
Okay.
I got my
Tom.
AC on, I'm not shutting it off.
Hey, Tom, can I,
Can you mute?
Tom, can I mute you and you just unmute when you want to talk?
Okay.
I'm so sorry. You can unmute whenever you want. Okay. All right. So the Town of Berlin employment application, that would be a link to the website to the where the
Okay.
application is.
Yep.
The 21.42 an hour is for personnel to discuss as the hiring rate. That is the current rate being paid
Right.
and the amount that is budgeted. And then finally, we do need to add something to the end of this. Right? It is. This is a great right before this is a. Yes, what we need to put here is. Get my ad. The successful candidate must be able to pass a thorough background investigation.
Perfect. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I just want to grab something.
There, okay.
and does this person also work under the direction of the fire chief?
I knew that question was going to come up. That is not how the position has been advertised or how the job description reads. It makes it really difficult to answer to two supervisors. So, yeah, so you might want to consider putting additional language here to say something like with specific duties for the fire and EMS department under the supervision of the fire chief or something like that to include the fire chief, but to generally answer to two supervisors can get challenging.
Right, but also for that person to come in, start the job, and then can come back at us and say, well, it doesn't say I have to listen to the fire chief.
So then why don't you add under the June?
You have, there is, right, if you go a little bit further, it says supporting the functions of town public safety departments.
Yes, it
So
is.
you may want to just clarify.
I'm going to just plug this in for now to see what you think. With
I say
Tom
leave it the way
unmuted.
it is.
with specific functions, wait a minute, with specific duties. Department under the direction. I don't know. What do you think of this?
What if you were to bounce that down just in front of the supporting functions or just after it? Because it's pretty much, they're actually under the direct orders of the police chief. not direct orders. That's not the way I
All
meant to say
right,
it.
if we did this on public safety departments.
Yeah, put it,
Specific duties for, specific duties assigned by the fire and EMS. No,
Chief.
not assigned by, no, specific duties performed for the fire and ES department are under the direction of the fire and EMS chief. There are fewer duties for fire and EMS than there are for police, but at the same time, I agree that it should be recognized.
Do we have an EMS chief or just the fire chief's in charge of that?
His official title is fire and EMS chief.
So, oh, okay.
I don't know, I kind of like it up right after police chief, so it's clear. I don't know.
The only reason why I suggested that was just because it's more doing the complex administrative support, clerical and recording under the police chief versus not necessarily under the fire. Unless there's a better way to put it that way.
yeah, it gets
That's
to be a
just-
really, gets to be a very long run-on sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Could you just add also specific duties performed?
Where, June?
Before you start the specific duties performed. Because I'm just
Right.
thinking that where it says supporting the functions of the town public safety departments, that includes both of the chiefs.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So almost put a period after record keeping duties. I see what you're saying.
Oh, so say the position supports the functions of the town public safety departments with specific duties.
But it's not a ton of like stuff under fire EMS. It's just specific duties.
Right,
There are specific, it's essentially payroll, invoices, and EMS billing. Those are the primary. I think he's actually got, or is there scheduling?
Right, but the majority
yeah,
of
there's
the
still
work
schedule.
is underneath the police chief.
All right, how do you want it to word? Just tell me how you want it to word.
Supporting the functions of town public. Where'd Claire go?
I'm right here.
Oh, I can't see you. I thought you ran away on us.
Yeah, I did for a minute. I was trying to find some folders. Paper. Let's see.
Oh, okay. The position works under the general direction of the police chief. Under the general direction of the police chief. And under the direction of the fire EMS chief for specific duties performed for that department.
Perfect.
That's good. Yeah.
Okay.
Now we'll look at that.
I can't remember what I just said.
No, but it sounded really good.
Yeah, it was perfect. So
Direction of the police chief.
With specific duties for
Oh,
the fire department.
there you go.
Yeah.
Is that something, is that?
Yeah,
some-
that's good.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep, that sounds better.
So do we need to say at a starting hourly rate of 21.42, or would we put in,
I just
A
put under
grade-
the direction. Sorry.
a grade 6 position. Let me just see here. What I do. Were we going by the HR study? Is that what you were trying to get to, or?
For the pay,
That was budgeted, Claire.
this is the amount that's budgeted for right here, the 2142.
Right, but what if they don't have as much experience and?
Oh, okay.
What I was trying to think of is that,
That fall, Margaret or Claire.
because
What is that?
currently the range starts at 2004, right? Or did it go? up?
2002.
Okay, 2002. What do I do with that now? So I don't,
So would you start it out at the 2002-2142? Or 22142? Depending on experience?
yeah, I think so for right now, but what do you think, Margaret? I mean,
I just, you know what? I'm very concerned right now about getting anyone in any position. It's just so bad right now. But I
Yeah.
think that we need to provide a range and see if we get any bites.
okay,
So,
at a starting hourly rate, this is a grade 6 position.
I'll rephrase this sentence to make it make
Okay.
sense. How's
All
that?
right,
This position has,
Me personally, I think you should just leave that number if you want to attract people to come. Don't give a range, you know what I mean? That's my opinion. Claire,
yeah,
is that still in the range? I mean, if you leave it at that, that's still at a grade 6, right?
yes, yeah, it is. And it's a step 4 in a grade 6.
To me, like Margaret said, if you want to attract people, you got to give it the higher number to start. That's my personal opinion. I mean, what do you guys think?
Well, I kind of just feel bad because we just moved Sharon to that, and here we are advertising that this is the starting rate. I kind of feel bad
Well-
about that, but I guess we got to start somewhere.
if, I know this really doesn't help. I'm just trying to find a middle point here at this point. How about a range between step 2 and step 4, which is 2047 an hour to 2142 an hour? I know it doesn't make that much difference. And it really is a cast the line and see if you get any bites.
Can I
Right,
just ask a question?
Thank you, Eloise.
sure,
Um,
go ahead, June.
When we were gonna redo the classification spreadsheet thing, I
Yep.
thought originally it was when people first started for a position, they would start at like step 1, where it seems like we're kind of falling back to where we were before, where we're
Yeah.
actually having to start people mid-range.
Right,
Do you know what I mean? I don't
June,
know.
my honest concern though, given this market,
Oh,
is that we won't
100%.
get anyone.
I get that 100%.
so the other thing is that is now the time, we don't really have a budget for anything higher for this year, but
Right.
is not, that was one of the ones that we were working on as a personnel committee to try and come up
Mhm.
with in one of the, in the proposed classification plan, it has it at grade 6, but the grade 6 in that classification plan starts at 2354.
Mhm.
So, yeah, so anyway, so I think we should probably leave it there at the 2142, and if we have to go higher than that, that would at least put us in line to redo the classifications of the positions that need to be changed from the HR study. So if we left the 2142, even though that's step 4, grade 6, if we were to change the range for that particular position because of what the HR study says, so the next range up starts at 2242, $1 higher than that. So that gets us in a better ballpark, if you will.
Sue,
So
what do you think?
what do you think, Sue?
I I just like to see it say the grade 6, so hopefully we can get somebody to come in. I like the little range of 3 different prices or something.
Yeah, and instead of just putting a specific, you mean?
Well, it's like you said, I mean, this is where Sharon's at, saying that we
Right.
could possibly start someone. But at the
Right.
same time, you could get someone with a lot of experience that comes in that can just walk in and do the job.
Right,
And they deserve the same amount that she was getting.
right, right. But I'm just afraid somebody, I don't, we do know that it needs to go up, but,
What if you put from the beginning of the number that you had, Claire, 2047, or do like Margaret said, up to 22?
yeah, as to, what did you say, Margaret? You said from,
I said 2047 to 2142. It's only a
Okay.
3-step range,
Right.
but it's something.
right, I think that's fine.
Okay,
I think that's fine if, we can, Sue, what do you think of
Yep.
that? If we were to.
No,
put
I
that-
think that's fine.
Okay, all right.
What was the first number?
2047,
7.
to 2142 per hour, depending DOQE.
yep, yep,
Okay. All right, good.
okay, good.
Now, is
Okay,
that gonna be on the town website, or are you? putting
Yes.
in the paper? Okay,
It'll go on the town website. We may have to, this might be an appropriate one to put in the newspaper to try to attract a local pool.
yep,
Doesn't make a lot of sense to put in the, put it in the MMA, not this one anyway.
Okay.
So we'll just have to get it out locally, you know, as broadly as possible, I think.
okay.
I wonder if, so the public safety department or police has a CJIS system, the criminal justice information system. They also have, they post public safety jobs on that. And I don't know if this might qualify for that, but I will ask Chief and maybe they can get it out on that as well.
okay. So given the revisions that Margaret just made to that, thank you for doing the draft for us.
Sure.
I'd like to make a motion that we approve the information that you put into this for the ad, for the public admin for fires, for the administrative assistant for public safety.
Second that.
Okay, any more discussion? If not, all those, what, Tom?
Looks fine.
Okay, all those in favor, aye. Approved.
Sue, I.
Tom, I.
Great, thank you.
Oops.
Okay.
Okay.
So the next thing
Oh, I'll
was
stop sharing my screen. Hold on.
the job descriptions. So you had sent us some draft
Mhm.
job descriptions. And I had a few questions about those, and I thought that the newest one, the one that Sandy did with us, the new draft there with the position purpose, essential functions, recommended minimum qualifications. I thought that looked really good. It does pretty much incorporate the other things that are in the old job description that we had previously. And
I think I'm sharing it, right?
yep,
Yes.
yep.
This is horrible.
The only questions I had on this job description, and you can tell me what you think on the second page under job environment. The third bullet down, it says makes frequent contacts with all town departments and boards, vendors, and relevant state officials and agencies. Makes frequent contact with the general public. Yep. And then it says contacts require considerable skill in negotiating and resourcefulness and discretion in influencing decisions and behavior of others.
Well, I mean, sorry, I mean, I think that could be modified. There absolutely needs to be resourcefulness and discretion. The
Oh,
question.
absolutely, right.
I'm not.
But it makes it sound like it's a vice president of finance or something, in terms of, and same with the very last bullet. Errors are difficult to detect and could result in excessive costs, major financial losses from unauthorized expenditures, failure to receive funds due, and or deterioration of the town's financial position. Errors may also result in legal ramifications. So I guess is that like the same language that is in some of the manager and director job descriptions, or?
Some of it is strong enough to be, some of the language is.
Right, which I just thought it was a little strong for this particular position. I do know resourcefulness and discretion is important, but does this position really influence the decisions and the behavior of others?
So can I negotiate? Can I negotiate? Can I delete negotiate? Can I negotiate deleting negotiating, Anne?
Yes.
All right, so let's delete that. Yeah, okay, resourcefulness, discretion, I would say, and tact.
Yeah.
In wait a minute, I'm looking at the old job description, and tact in effectively working with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Sorry, I probably should have done that. I didn't even.
Others. We're just going to say others here because it lists everybody up above, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And then.
Yeah,
we'll
no,
have to
I
deal
think
with.
that's fine. Absolutely.
That look good?
I think
Okay.
that's, yep, that looks good. And the last bullet, the errors are difficult to detect and could result in excessive cost, major financial. I'm not sure if there's another way to word it. Absolutely, this position is very important. It's very, it works independently.
So, all right. So
but in
typically a
terms
job
of-
like this could result in financial loss,
Yeah,
period.
yeah,
And I wouldn't even put unauthorized expenditures because this person's job doesn't include expenditure authorization.
right.
Financial loss, failure to receive financial loss. I don't think we need this detail
Yeah, I
here.
don't think
Actually,
so either.
they do
But-
collect. They're in charge of the police details as of right now.
So
Oh.
that could result in, okay, that could result in financial loss
Yeah,
due to failure to receive funds due.
okay, yeah,
Don't they also do the collections for the fire?
EMS.
They assist with the billing part of it, but they don't actually physically do the collections. That's the
Right.
collection agency.
and that
Okay.
was another thing that I kind of wanted to talk about it. It says responsible for all EMS billing. Once we finish this, I'll get to that. So let's see. Errors are difficult to and could result in financial loss due to failure to receive funds due.
They are also, though, in charge of giving all the information, so we bill and collect funds. So I don't know how you'd word that.
Say again, June? I'm just,
They're pretty much it as far as making sure that all the information is gathered
Yeah.
and
Okay.
submitted to the
Receive
billing
funds
company.
due.
well, how can we say failure to pursue outstanding
Nope, nope, nope.
receivables?
No, it's before that, because the position would actually gather information to send to the billing company.
Right, that's what I mean. That's what, on the front page with, where it says responsible for all EMS billing, it doesn't even get into the fact that this position is coding and sending the information to a billing company who ultimately does the billing. So,
Failure to gather and disseminate relevant information?
boy, are you good. That's, I think that's excellent, disseminate relevant information. Boy, errors are difficult to detect and could result in financial.
I don't think, I mean, it could result in deterioration of the town's financial position, but again, I don't know that you'd put that in this position.
Right, right. In June's, I would.
Yes.
Kidding.
That's because June don't want to do it.
I guess there could be legal ramifications,
Okay,
because especially due to lack of judgment because of the highly sensitive confidential information. If there's a lack of judgment, there definitely would be legal ramifications. So I would keep that in. What else?
and then just on the very first page, I saw under responsible for all EMS billing. So I wasn't sure if we wanted to say that or whether we wanted to get into a little bit responsible for coordinating EMS billing, including coding and gathering data and coding and sending.
I don't know if there's coding involved.
Okay,
It's just
Gathering
pretty
run
much-
reports, first of
Yeah.
all, gathering run data,
yeah,
and interacting with insurance providers, right?
Nope, nope.
no, the
It
billing
doesn't- it-
company,
Goes
billing
through the
company
billing
does
company.
Oh,
all
yeah.
that. With the billing company. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. That's good because it just makes it sound, and you don't want to get somebody all overwhelmed before they even walk in the door. Oh my God, they have to do all that billing as well and blah, blah, blah. When in reality, they prepare everything to go to the billing company. And so that's perfect with interacting with the billing company.
So, okay. All right. Under
Did
the
you see
position,
anything, Sue, Tom?
No, no, you
No,
got
that's
the one.
fine.
so we've got to clarify the position purpose though, too, because this only says public safety department. This assumes that the departments are merged as one. So we don't have that here yet. Or, maybe ever, I don't know. So administrative duties of the,
Just blow that up a little bit, Margaret.
Yes, I can.
Sorry, my eyes are
you,
just
Sue.
lovely. My eyes were.
I was getting
know.
closer and closer here.
I know.
Okay.
Would you just put an S under for police, public safety departments?
Right, or of the two public safety departments,
So it'd be similar to the ad, actually.
right. Under the direction.
General direction of the, I'm reading the ad right now.
Yep,
Position works under the general direction of the police chief and under the direction of the fire and EMS chief for specific duties performed for the fire and EMS department.
Under the direction of the police chief.
Okay, then how about we say
Specific. Yeah.
under the form of and then specific duties performed for the fire and EMS department are under the direction of the fire and EMS chief.
yep.
I'm just looking for. Different duties in are. That should be hyphenated, I think. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I have a thought. Can we delete this sentence down here and combine it with the top one?
Yep.
Right here, this portion. Okay, so if we did is to perform a wide variety of duties to support the operations of the to perform, there it is, why of support the day-to-day operations of administrative duties to support the day-to-day operations of the public safety departments. And then that, and then right after here performs, oh, get rid of that. How's that?
Yeah.
Looks and sounds good. Print it.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah, print it.
Administrative.
That's good. That's good. Sue?
I'm just reading one sentence.
Okay,
Administrative work in support. Yes, okay. Yep, that's good.
was there anything else, June, Margaret, that you saw in there that you thought maybe we should
Yeah,
change it up?
on page 2,
Yep,
supervision works under the general direction of the police chief. We should probably add the reference to
with specific duties under direction of the fire chief.
oops, type now. There.
Yep. And do we get interns?
They have an intern right now.
Oh, good.
To my knowledge, that intern has been supervised by, the career personnel, the sergeant, one of the sergeants, or the sergeants in particular, but
Great,
maybe leaving that open would be appropriate.
beautiful. That's great. Good. All right. So I think we got everything. Anybody else have anything? I'd like to make a motion that we approve this job description for the administrative assistant for public safety.
Second that.
Okay, any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, aye. Claire,
Sue, I.
Tom, I print it.
Beautiful. Okay.
Okay, so this will go, thank you very much.
Welcome.
I'll stop sharing screen and save it. Oh,
Did we approve didn't we approve maybe not, I guess I don't see it. I thought we had approved before the highway driver labor and the seasonal plow driver.
you did.
Yeah.
Oh, the job descriptions. I am sorry, I do not have updated job
That's
descriptions
okay.
for you yet.
All right, well, I just wanted to double check. So can we get them before our next meeting? Can we get them off of that shared drive where all the job descriptions are? Do you want us to do that?
If they exist there, absolutely. Otherwise, we might have to pull together something from other town templates. We have a
Okay.
seasonal laborer job description, but it's not a winter one specifically.
Okay,
So we could start there and add winter duties.
okay, all right.
The ads are posted though.
Oh, good, good. Anything yet?
Mm-mm,
No,
nothing yet.
okay, all right. Let's see, what else do we have here? Town administrator, any information, anything else that you'd like to bring to our attention?
At this point, not. I don't have anything new for tonight other than what you've gone
Have
over.
we heard anything about the police chief and whether he's gonna be?
I don't
resigning
have,
or-
I do know that they are expected to ratify a contract. That's all I know. I don't believe it's happened yet. And I do know the chief has committed to 60 day, the 60 days that's required
Oh,
from his
good.
contract.
Yep.
So
Okay, all right. Trying to think if there was anything else that I think,
oh, that's a good point though, Claire, excuse me.
yeah,
I want, so at your meeting on September 1st, if there
Yep.
is any new news on this, I would love for the personnel committee to be able to jump on
okay,
the job description
Yep.
review, job ad review.
okay.
And talk about steps.
I'll leave those on the agenda, but this is really an extra meeting for us.
Mm,
So I'd like Tom and Sue, Margaret had suggested maybe we could meet next Wednesday, a week from today, September 1st, at the public offices and at least try and get through some policies. So I don't know, Sue, I think you said that you might be available, right?
Yes, I'm available.
Okay, Tom,
What time?
probably around 6:30, same time. Would that work for people, or would you rather meet at 6 for that
Nope.
particular meeting?
6:30 is fine with me.
Okay,
Because if I
All
say
right.
6, I'll be there at 6:30.
okay, great. All right.
Someone, I just want to note one small tiny typo in your approved job description. So it uses the wrong form of the word principles. I'm gonna change it.
Okay,
Nothing drives
So
me
instead,
crazier than,
so it says.
so it was as in,
AL.
you know, the school principal. So
Yeah.
I've changed it to principals with
Okay.
print, you know. Okay, that's done. That's all. Thank
Okay.
you.
Are you an English teacher?
No, I'm not. I take after my mother though.
Oh.
She's just she's,
Yeah.
I
Hey,
drive my husband crazy.
And we're all set with not sending any money to that particular Peterborough, New Hampshire. You heard about that situation up in Peterborough, New Hampshire,
Oh, and it
where
was,
the town
Oh, yes.
was expecting a payment of what? I think it was 2.3 million.
uh-huh,
And so somebody knew to set up a fake,
depository account.
yeah. So they contacted the company that they were expecting the money from and told them to deposit it to this other account instead of the town's account. So the town, they don't think they're gonna be, they're trying to see if insurance will cover it. But it's Peterborough, New Hampshire, which is a pretty small town. And for them, for 2.3 million, that's a lot of money.
That's huge.
Yeah,
We and many other towns have seen, well, we have seen that on a smaller scale, a much, much, much smaller scale here.
yeah,
But this is one of the reasons why we're doing this cybersecurity
Yeah.
training.
yeah. Thank you for that, Margaret. I thought it was scammers on our computer, so I emailed
Oh.
Margaret June to see if she knew anything about this, because we get phishing all the time at work on our computer.
You passed then.
You have to be
Good
careful.
Yep.
job.
Yeah, and we have to take, actually, it was 5 different tests for cybersecurity at work on, and it gives you like all these scenarios, like 20 different scenarios, and you have to answer them correctly. And
We're actually doing that.
good,
Some of us anyway are doing it.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah, anyway. But I just wanted to bring that up because Kevin and I were sitting here when we heard it on the news. I was like, oh my God, that's awful, awful, awful.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty easy to do because I mean, you figure it's happened to us.
Yeah,
Well, I shouldn't say
Yeah.
us. It's happened
It
to
reminds us to be vigilant all the time and to use your internal controls to try to
Yeah.
protect us, you know?
Yeah. So I don't have anything else for the committee. Does anybody else?
Do we have to approve the superintendent job for the cemetery, or is that all set?
That's a vendor contract, Sue, but
Okay.
I talked with Barry today. No, not today, yesterday. What is today? Wednesday. I talked with
Wednesday.
Barry yesterday and told him that he should be thinking about an appointment with the personnel committee to start talking about job description, excuse me, for FY '23. So,
Can I just ask one thing? For us to do a job description for the next year, which is what I thought, we were having the vendor come in for a year. So yikes, Tom needs to mute. I really thought that to do the vendor for the year, we would get what he does in some, it doesn't have to be hourly. I've heard the whole discussions why he doesn't think we can do hourly. But maybe whoever does it needs to keep some type of a log. So at least we have some information when it's time.
yep, that's going to be required in the contract, that there is a summary of duties performed every month and submitted with the invoice, which
Thank
is
you.
what's required currently with the burial services. So it would be
Okay,
along
I
those
just-
lines. Did I send you the scope that that the cemetery commission put together
The,
for the contract scope?
I don't know.
I can resend it.
I didn't
Well, I thought I
get it.
sent it, but I will be sure that you get it, because that would serve as a good framework. Which is what I explained to Barry too, that would serve as a good framework, the tracking for creation of a job description.
Right, I just think we need to have some type of a log. We need something to go on to create a real job description.
Yeah.
Just to throw in my 2 cents, we also have to do it within the next 3-4 months, just because of the fact that we've got budget time coming up.
The position's got to be budgeted.
Right. Otherwise, we're going to find ourselves in the same issues we did this past year.
And that's what I feel like we're doing. We're just stagnant and not doing it.
Right,
Well, we wouldn't be able to do anything this year anyway, Sue, because there is no appropriation for it.
Right.
So what we're trying to do here, I think, my take is that we are trying to piece together the services for FY '22 until we can establish a
Right.
position with a salary line for FY '23.
Right,
So,
that was my take on it, is that we were trying to get the information so we could do down the road, get it
Yep.
together.
Yep.
Okay, so
It
you and I are on the
requires-
same page.
yeah.
Okay, good. So you said they did a scope of services type?
Yeah, the cemetery commission did, and I will send that to you. Because again, I think it would be a good, it serves as at least a baseline framework for
Yeah.
a job description.
Okay, I can't remember if that's what we
I
got.
might have got it, yeah, I might have, I just, like I said, it's
If I-
been a long week.
Duties for contract cemetery superintendent.
That's it.
Yeah.
I think
Okay,
that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Okay,
should
I'll go
be-
back and look.
Okay.
All right. Well, hearing no other items for the agenda, I'd like to make a motion that we adjourn.
Second,
All right. All those in favor? Aye.
Sue, I.
I.
Okay. And so we're adjourning at 7:24.